This is a 50-story office building with 6 levels of below-grade concrete structure parking beneath the building. 1 million square feet, Class AA, high-profile tenant base.
Here in Texas, a lot of these buildings are built with low-E glass and insulating materials on the outside of the building that really prevents a cell signal from penetrating the building.
But then also it's in a downtown area where you have a bunch of signals outside, and we actually had a lot of macro interference here that they had to install a robust DAS system.
If you look at the tenants that occupy this space at Trammell Crow Center, these are marquee tenants. These are some of the biggest companies in the world, and they are doing billion-dollar deals here on a regular basis. And as it was communicated to us, having a cell phone call drop is just completely unsatisfactory for their clients.
They were trying to solve the problem of having a 50-story building in the middle of downtown Dallas that was struggling to get good cellular coverage in it.
We started off in this building on the 28th floor. We're now on the 4th floor, and you couldn't use your cell phone at your desk. So our goal was to pull in the parking garage, go down to level P6, get on the garage elevators, walk across the lobby, go up to the 50th floor, and seamless communication.
You need to have good cellular coverage. No one is going to want to move into a building where they look at their phone, they have 0 bars, and can't make a call.
So that's what the DAS does, is it eliminates any environmental factors that are around the macro coverage from each of the wireless carriers and guarantees that it works well wherever you are inside the building.
Everybody around here we were novices at this. We knew what it was. We didn't know how it worked. We didn't know what the process was. And I think most people thought you had to pick up the phone and call the AT&T business line and figure it out.
We really put together a dream team, I think, for this project. Starting with Graybar and our relationship with them, Graybar really brought us in to be the technology experts on this, to advise on what the platform needs to be and to go through that whole process of vetting and evaluation.
Graybar got involved in this project based on a meeting that I had back in early 2016 with a company called Novum Group. They let me know about a technology upgrade at Trammell Crow Center that they were working on and asked if we could help put together a team to bid on the DAS and work on the DAS with them.
We worked, of course, with Graybar. They have a great relationship with Walker Engineering. Notora and Walker Engineering had a really nice vetting process to go through. And Walker was chosen for this to do the install by, I think, all the parties involved, and what a choice it was. Those guys did such a phenomenal job on this installation.
You've got your design piece, you've got your materials piece, but really you've got to have the boots on the ground that's physically installing the cable, mounting the antennas, getting cables from point A to point B, and that's where Walker came in.
We brought Walker into this. That's when things really started to click. Walker's interaction with Graybar, Graybar's ability to get us equipment in a timely manner.
So Notora, they bring a wealth of design experience to handle a project of this size. Mark Knapp and his team jumped on this and were incredibly instrumental in pulling this off. They were the linchpin.
Notora did all of the RF items, so they did all the design, the commissioning, the integration. It was kind of difficult because when you have a building like this, even though you have a design, sometimes you cannot put an antenna where it needs to go because of a hard ceiling or you can't get to a space. And I think Walker and Notora did a great job communicating and actually redesigning on the fly to move antennas around to make sure they would stay on time and on budget.
Solid was chosen because they have done many significant projects of this size in a lot of the major markets around the United States and the world.
We chose Solid because from a technology perspective, the upgradability is hands down excellent. We knew that eventually as carriers continue to evolve what they want in this building from a technology standpoint, that we needed to be able, the system needed to be able to evolve for that too, not only 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but very far in the future.
Their technology and support has really been a key differentiator for them, and for them to have local presence like they do just really helps set them apart for this project.
Notora doing the engineering, Walker doing the installation, Solid providing the equipment, Graybar distributing all of the materials that we need for this, and then our consultant That was the dream team that we put together to solve this.
Solid Alliance has many benefits. Some of them are it's compact space, it's usually all the frequencies into one unit, one remote, and then above all, it's the modularity of the system. So you can actually buy the frequencies you need, and then as the carriers sign on, they can buy their frequencies and they come on, and you can pay as you grow the system since we're modular.
And so this, for the landlord, was a huge value add for them to ensure that people had the effective communication that they needed to be able to operate their businesses here within the Trammell Crow Center.
An average timeline for this is somewhere between 18 and 24 months, right? We set the expectation with the client. It could be 24 months before you get the first carrier to join. What ended up happening, though, very quickly is the design got completed. We submitted the design to all 3 of the wireless carriers, and 2 of them came back very, very quickly with a high level of interest. So this system is currently one of the only buildings in downtown Dallas, Texas, that has all 3 wireless carriers being broadcast throughout the building. So we think that's a really amazing thing.
The first day when we went live, I heard from the contractor earlier that morning, and I'm on the phone on my hands-free in my car, and I'm pulling into the garage, and I just keep talking. I happen to be talking to my son. I remember the day. And I go down, and I'm sitting down at P6, because that's where I always park, and, you know, 6 levels of concrete below the street, and clear as a bell. It's fantastic.
No one player in this really could hold the trophy up. This was truly a team effort.
Of everything we did, destination dispatch, all the new finishes, the amenities, conference center, having the DAS from bottom to top is probably the greatest accomplishment. It really works. I mean, it really works. The first thing that I would say is don't try to take this on yourself. You need to have an expert in these negotiations, design issues on your side.